Welcome to MASH movie reviews. Tonight we're reviewing La La Land.
Basic plot.
There's a guy and a girl, a guy who is a jazz musician, a pianist. He has dreams of starting his own club. And then a female who is works at a coffee shop, very cliche, would-be actress auditioning for roles. She just so happens to be working at a coffee shop on the Warner Brothers lot. The two find themselves intertwined occasionally.
It's basically just about them pursuing their dreams of being an actress and owning a jazz club while being in a relationship.
Indeed. The movie plays very much like a jazz song itself. It almost appears that way. In the way that it is ad-libbing at times, going back and forth in time, and also sort of giving you a glimpse into the imagination and the thoughts of the characters as they deal with what could have been, what should have been, what might be. It's an homage to nearly every film in classic Hollywood lore. It even takes, at times, goes into sort of some film that in Paris, and many people do not know that film actually originated in France. But for me, for myself, it was entertaining and I enjoyed it, and I would say see this film, but it never quite reached the human level that I was waiting for, or maybe that I wanted. And I'm not sure that it wanted to. I'm not sure that was the purpose of the film, but for me, I was waiting to see that moment of real despair and disappointment that everyone reaches at some point in their life when they haven't quite achieved their dream and they find themselves doing what they have to do rather than what they want to do. It almost kind of got there. It just didn't quite go, under the water enough where you felt like the character was you and you were the character, and it really understood what it's like to fail. And so I think I've seen other films where people have been famous, people have been the master of their craft in some way and have lost that, and no one knows who they are anymore, and no one cares, and they find themselves not only being a regular human being, but at times being less than that. And that's, I guess, maybe what I was looking for with it, but I'm not sure that's the film they made, and so I'm not sure it's fair to judge it in that way.
Well, I liked it too. It was just like some parts seemed really too simple, I guess, where I was like, oh, is it really just about pursuing their dreams and being together? I thought it was gonna get a little deeper than that. There were parts where I was like, I don't know if I like this, but then I picked back up.
It certainly had some strange moments.
Even without going into it, reading the plot summary, I felt like, I don't know, I thought it was gonna be a little more than surface level stuff.
Well, and
towards the end, it kind of did that though. It got more, I think.
Yeah, like I said before, I don't think that it ever got to the point. It didn't quite know which direction it wanted to go. It didn't want to really get into this relationship. It didn't really want to talk about what it's like to be in La La Land. It really was just sort of an entertaining kind of look at maybe what it's like and what people even think about Hollywood being like, and really just kind of played into that and went for that.
Yeah.
And in that sense, I think it achieved what it was set out to do. It didn't seem like they were trying to do more than that necessarily.
Yeah.
So, might be judging the film based more on the film I want to see rather than the one that it was. But so I don't know. It's worth seeing, but it wasn't my favorite, film recent.
I think the main pull was Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling together, and that there was singing and dancing, and it's kind of like musical theater-esque.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's the main pull that got everyone in, I think.
You're always going to have a following when you decide to make a musical, and especially when you placate to your audience, whether it's in New York or LA, for people who are into theater and music and dance and all of the different sorts of arts, and you're going to have an audience that is going to go to that. You're playing to that for sure.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite scene was both of them at the table, and it was really the turning point in the film. I felt like it was just a very, very human conversation that I think any of us could see ourselves in at any point. Even the not wanting to quite say what they're thinking at first, but you know where it's going.
I like that one too. Mine's gonna sound like a really girly answer, but I liked when they were in the observatory and started floating.
The Griffith,
yeah, that was pretty dope.
Yeah. You know, I actually really enjoyed that too, because it was finally a point where the film decided we don't care about what makes sense anymore.
Yeah.
We're going to play to the imagination. We're going to play to the heart. We're going to play to this emotion that you're feeling. And it is. It's like when you go down to LA and you're auditioning for the first time, and you have all these hopes and dreams or whatever, and you're flying. You feel like the whole world's in front of you, and you just have all these great tingly sort of feelings, and you're up in the stars, and it's just, you start seeing things and you know, people that you never thought you would, and doing all these things that you never thought were possible, and it's a feeling just like that. I thought it showed that really well. I was hoping for, you know, talking about awards, I was hoping for when I saw John Legend come in.
Okay. Did you like that he was in it?
You know, I like John Legend a lot, but I didn't like him in this film.
No.
And although I'm not sure if it's I didn't like his character or I didn't like him.
I didn't like him.
I certainly didn't like his character.
No.
But you didn't like it that he was in it at all.
I was like, I can't get past this John Legend playing a musician.
Yeah.
Like, it's too John Legend.
Yeah.
Like,
I can understand that.
It took away from them being like acting and like being different people. Because he was playing himself.
Right. Yeah, they did not make good use of him, I don't think. And I was disappointed with the music. I didn't notice the yellow turtleneck. Did John Legend have a character name?
Yeah.
Well, his name was Keith.
Oh, yeah.
His name was Keith. He was playing with Keith's band, and she's in the crowd.
Yeah. And her face was like...
Mm-hmm.
And then she starts like getting pushed back.
Mm.
Was it because he wasn't playing the music he liked, or because she saw... Because he looked like he was having a great time up there. Or was it good because she saw like, oh, he's getting famous?
You know what? I missed that moment.
Really?
I must have been
Her
distracted by the cell phone passing the front row. What I really captured as well is a moment when they're walking through Warner Brothers Studios, and he mentions that, you know, here they, meaning kind of the Hollywood elite, worship everything, but they value nothing. And I think that I felt like the film actually almost kind of played into that same idea, although it didn't intend to, that we have all this entertainment, but yet are we really telling a story? And that's where I feel like it missed a little bit, was again getting down to the depths of kind of real failure and really feeling that and what that's like. For me, a greater film would have been she doesn't come out to read that car. She does stay home. Now, you know, maybe that's based on what I would want to see or what I would relate to more, but that's what I felt like. We're doing a star system.
What was that?
We're doing a star system. What would you give it?
I thought yours was pretty accurate. I would agree with your rating.
Okay, so 3.5
out of 5
stars
yeah.
from MASH. MASH gives it 3.5 stars.
So yeah, go see it or don't. I mean,
I think if you are, certainly if you are into musicals, if you're into any kind of dancing, if you've done the Hollywood thing in any way, if you love movies,
you wouldn't regret it.
I think you will enjoy this. If nothing else, I think just for the characters themselves, I think the acting is superb and the performances are great, so it's worth it just for that. So
yeah,
go see it.